Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, November 21st, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I utilize the power of transformation to anchor the infinite possibilities of our expanding horizons. And today we have the sun shifting from Scorpio into Sagittarius. And like I said, or always say, the sign before gives a great platform or foundation for the next sign. So it's really important that we embrace the lessons of Scorpio, that transformation energy, any boundaries that are needed. Boundaries are sometimes good for Sagittarius energy. And that empowerment feeling, the ability to go to the deepest, darkest places. Because the more capacity you have for those energies, the more capacity you have for the light. So Sagittarius is definitely a sign that can and needs to connect with the lighter side of things. It is squashed between the intensity of Scorpio and Capricorn. So Sagittarius is like, I will hold the energy of optimism. I will hold the energy of infinite possibilities, and we will watch for expanding horizons. We're going to dig into Sagittarius a little bit more. I do want to mention that we also have Venus shifting today from Libra into Scorpio. So Venus and Mercury for a little bit are going to be holding down that Scorpio vibration to help support the Sagittarius energy. So back to Sun and Sagittarius. Sagittarius energy is about higher learning. It brings us to the place within ourselves where we are hungry to learn more and want to share what we have learned. Sagittarius can be the professor, the philosopher. Sagittarius loves to look at all of the possibilities, knowing there are so many options out there. It can be kind of boundless. It is a sign of optimism. It is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter, the planet of luck, the planet of good things. It is one of the teachers. So that, again, connects with that Sagittarius vibration. I think that's one of the things we need to note during Sagittarius energy is Sagittarius can be an energy of excess. So we want to watch any excess. I was doing some reading about Chiron, who is a centaur, and Sagittarius is represented by centaur energy. And when I was reading about all the other centaurs besides Chiron, it was talking about how the other centaurs would party and drink too much. And so Sagittarius can sometimes bring that up. You know, I mean, if you think about the time of year, there are so many holiday parties, usually this time of year. We'll see what 2020 brings. But watch out for the excess. The other thing about Sagittarius is Sagittarius can be the know-it-all of the zodiac. And so it's very important to be aware of any know-it-all energy coming up in yourself. In infinite possibilities, it's important to remember there is just that, infinite possibilities. And that means as much as you know, you will never know it all. And so that can give a little humbling to that energy. But that being said, there is the quest for truth that Sagittarius energy can bring forward. What we need to be aware of in this is getting caught up or too stuck in personal beliefs or dogma, or even thinking this one way is the right way. Again, keeping in mind those infinite possibilities. And again, the room there is to expand and grow in our learning. So hopefully Sun and Sagittarius will bring us some peaks this year. There is going to be some intense astro. We have 2 eclipses incoming. 9 days from now we'll have our first one, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have the next one. That being said, I think in this year and with everything that's going on, to keep reaching for those good thoughts, to keep reaching for those optimistic places, it can help make us buoy up a little bit. I think we all need that. Like Sagittarius in this case is kind of our life jackets. So life jacket up, keep reaching, looking for, aiming for the good. I think that's the final thing I want to bring up about Sagittarius. It is the sign of the archer. And so Sagittarius knows where its focus goes is where the arrow goes, where the arrow flies. So what is your focus? Where are you flying those arrows? There's a little Sagittarius arrow right behind me, right there. All right, so Venus in Scorpio. I am a fan of this energy as I have my Sun in Sagittarius and Venus in Scorpio. So hooray, this is Mimi energy. Venus in Scorpio, we take love and beauty and pleasure and relationships and we go to the Scorpio realm with it. So with that, we can have the light side of it, but we can also have the intensity. So Venus can also represent our worth. It can represent material goods. It can represent money. I know, again, this year has been very stressful. So be aware with Venus and Scorpio, we may be feeling some challenges around those energies. Lots of noises today. So awareness of that, but again, utilize the Sagittarius and also utilize that transformational power of the Scorpio energy. Root chakra stuff. Realize this may be really old survival stuff coming up. Venus in Scorpio does lend itself to deep intimacy. Somebody wants to talk. So intimacy. Now this can be with another, of course, but also Venus in Scorpio encourages intimacy with the self, learning to love and have relationship with the dark parts of the self, the shadow, all of that. So Venus in Scorpio can lend itself to that energy. Venus in Scorpio can get a little jealous, possessive. So that may be some of those shadow energies to be aware of with Venus in Scorpio. And so again, this is where we find the root in ourselves and the ability to get intimate with ourselves. So we have a third transit today. We have the moon actually shifting out of Aquarius and into Pisces. So that'll be later in the evening, and yet a void moon through a large part of the day. So if you're feeling off, if you're feeling funky in this energy between the sun at 0 degrees, I didn't mention what time that was shifting, 12:40 p.m. Pacific time. So Venus, 0 degrees, that's shifting like 5 something a.m. Later in the 5 a.m. hour. Then the sun at 12:40, and then Pisces in the evening, moon into Pisces in the evening. All of that 0 degree energy, that void moon, could make it a little wonky, a little off, weird feeling day. So if you don't really have your energy up, if you're feeling just off, do be very aware of that. As for the rest of the astro besides those transits, the first connection is actually going to be with the sun and the moon, a square, and that is in the evening. So we may find our already trying to expanded horizons feeling kind of spiritually shut down. It may be that 0 degree energy. It may be somebody coming in and like kind of poo-pooing that energy. But remember, Pisces is the energy of imagination. So it can really support those infinite possibilities. If you're feeling that shutdown, honor it. Maybe there's a lesson in there. That is the spirit of Sagittarius. Like, well, I'm not sure about this, but what's the lesson? So honor it because there may be a lesson in there. And yet, how can you utilize that Pisces imagination, that Sagittarius infinite possibilities to, again, buoy on up? And then the moon and Venus will also be connecting. All of this, that 0 degree energy. So I'm feeling, again, maybe some old stuff, some past life stuff surfacing that may make you feel a little uncomfortable. Go to the Sagittarius part. What is the lesson? All right. So card-wise, tuning in to higher guidance. Yes. higher guidance for this transformation energy. Transformation was at the very top of this. That being said, again, we may feel or experience some of that suppression coming from the outside, somebody raining on a parade or knocking you down a peg. I don't know why people like to do that, but people really love to knock people down a peg. Even if that happens, you can transform it and buoy yourself on up. I think the key is don't hold on to those energies. What's the lesson? Then shift it and move it on. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. I have eclipse readings available, and I have 2021 readings incoming in December that will be available. I also will be offering gift certificates, holiday gift certificates, so email me about any of those. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.